Hi, water signs. My name is Greta. Welcome to Remedies, Alchemy, and Tarot. Before I start the reading, I do like to start with a little bit of smudge. I have some sage here. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. 3 chimes to bring in positive energy. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. Again, my name is Greta. Welcome to Remedies, Alchemy, and Tarot. If you have Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer anywhere in your birth chart, this is your reading. It is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. You know what is for you and what is not for you. I am an intuitive reader. I do look at your horoscope. I look at the planetary placement, the moon placement, the sun placement to get a good idea of the energy that is surrounding you at this time. But first and foremost, I do trust my intuition. It is my intention during this tarot card reading that you learn to practice using and trusting your intuition as well. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. And so there we are still under the energy of that full moon lunar eclipse, and it is really putting the water signs to the test. Both this week and in the following week, you can expect to really be put to the test. And many times when we are being put to the test, that's when we question, when we wonder, when we ponder what to do, and hopefully we'll get some guidance for you what to do as you're being put through the test, as you're being put through the paces this week. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. What would you like the collective to know or to be aware of during or for this reading? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. I will open up the reading to questions at the end of the reading. And so if you hold off on your questions, I do allow 1 question per reading. But I do that for the viewers who may be tuning in after the recording. And so if you're not watching this live, that's fine. As soon as we get to the questions section, you're more than welcome to continue watching. But even if you're watching this as a recording, this reading is for you. Okay. And I do invite you to view one of my live readings. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. And the basis, the foundation of your reading this evening is the Lover's card. And the Lover's card does represent the zodiac sign of Gemini. Perhaps you have Gemini in your birth chart, or you are dealing with a Gemini, or you're in the Gemini energy. And the Gemini is really about duality. It's the twins, it's the coupleships, it's the partnerships, it's the pairs. And that is backed by the King of Wands being guarded, being protective of our passion, of our desire. You know, October, the end of September and October are going to be very busy for you. And you're being very guarded about your time. What are you being very guarded about? There is, I don't know at this time whether it is a working relationship or a personal relationship that you're being very guarded about. You're feeling like it's always you that needs to be the one to keep the peace. It's always you that needs to bring the harmony back into a situation. And, I have a feeling for some of you, this is going to be in your work environment, and for some of you, it's going to be in your home environment. But let's see how these cards play into the rest of your reading. Let me put that right there. I do like to make sure that you're able to see these cards. And in your public life, and this would include your career, education, work, business, money, and finances. We start off with the Five of Cups. And this is a pivotal point, a turning point. You've been spending a lot of time looking at the past, looking at disappointments, looking at mistakes in the past. But as you're continually looking at the past, it's not allowing you to see what is in the present, what is happening now. There's more important stuff happening for you now, but it is being overshadowed by the past. And spirit, source, the tarot cards are saying it's time to pivot. It's time to turn and look towards what we have going on in the present. In the present, I see that you have the Fool card, which is fresh starts, new beginnings. And you have everything that you need for this fresh start. You have everything that you need for this new beginning, followed by the Seven of Cups. And when we have so many cups here, and so you are a water sign. This is a collective for the water signs of Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. And the cups in the tarot represent water, but it's almost too much water, too much um, emotional baggage from the past, that you're having a difficult time seeing past, seeing beyond. Oh, but look at this. Here we have the Ace of Swords. And this Ace of Swords represents wisdom, but it also represents something a little bit more. It also is saying that you have the knowledge, you have the information. And again, that goes back to having everything that you need. You have the knowledge, you have the information to make wise choices, to make a wise decision. There's a decision, excuse me, there's a decision coming up here for you. And, you know, you are going to be very busy for the remainder of September and well past October. But before that happens, you're going to be faced with a seemingly insurmountable amount of challenges. And these challenges, they're not so much a physical challenge, but it's like a psychological challenge. It's like there's, it's a lot of decisions need to be made very quickly. A lot of decisions are going to be made, need to be made very quickly. And it's like as soon as you make one decision, as soon as you problem solve, there's the next one, there's the next one, there's a next one. But it's going to be your resilience that is going to be putting you to the test. Your resilience is being tested. And I think it's a benefit knowing that your resilience is being tested, because when you know it's just a test and you know that it's going to end, you can see that through. And when you know that you're just taking it one step at a time, one problem at a time, one issue at a time, just doing the best that you can, doing the best that you can, and letting that go and moving on, letting that go and move on. That's resilience. And as you're being put to the test and you're demonstrating your resilience, the higher ups are going to take notice. They are going to notice this. You know, not only are your emotions running high at this time, but it looks like Everyone's emotions are running high at this time. And because of similar situations in the past that have not ended well for you, that is what's keeping you stuck. But Spirit, but Source is saying and encouraging you to just look at the present, just focus. This time is going to be different. You know, there's that saying, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And so it may be the same situation, it may be a similar situation, but when we give a different answer, we will get a different result. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. And in your private life, in your personal life, and this would be like your love life, your home life, your family, your friends, and even people in your social circle. You start off with the 10 of Wands. And I love this 10 of Wands. Tens in the tarot represents endings and beginnings. And this is an ending, it's the bringing in of the harvest. But I like to call it the beginning of reaping the rewards. We could call this the we reap what we sow. And that is what this harvest is. This harvest is you reaping what you have worked so diligently, what you've worked so hard for, followed by the Hangman card. And this is the seeking the enlightenment, knowing yourself. You are the key to your success. You are the key to your life. You are the star in your own play. You are the star in your own show. And you are also the director and the writer. You can write your own life. And I see you moving on. This card, it always seems so ominous, this Six of Swords. It is depicting the crossing of the river Styx. But we can look closer. And when we look closer, we can see the turbulent waters here and the calmer waters here. And sometimes the transition of moving on to calmer waters requires us leaving behind what is no longer serving us. And when we leave behind what no longer is serving us, that requires that decision that comes from knowing ourselves. You know, it's when we make that choice, when we make that decision, it's like, you know what? This ain't me. This environment, these surroundings no longer reflect who I am. They are no longer reflecting what I would like in my life, what I would like to create in and for my life and the lives of those that are surrounding me. And why I say those that are surrounding me is that we follow with the 10 of Pentacles. And immediately we think of the wealth as we see all of the pentacles. But this is the more than the wealth. This is the legacy. And really, what a legacy is what has been left or created for us? And what are we leaving and creating for those that come after us? And we can only really transfer that legacy through feelings, through emotions. It's not always the tangible. It's almost like faith. Faith. I would say that is probably the biggest gift that my grandmother left for me as a legacy was faith. She instilled that in me through demonstrating, through me watching her and the energy that she created in her home, the energy and the love and the satisfaction that she put into the meals that she served me and my siblings and my family as we were growing up. And now that I'm older, I can see that that faith was the legacy that she gifted me. That is really what this 10 of Pentacles is speaking for. And perhaps up until this time, you've been a people pleaser. And it's hard to see it's hard to watch people that we love suffer, especially when we have the solutions. You know, we have many times when we see family and friends that are in painful situations, and we can see the big picture, but they can't because they're so close to the situation. And I see that going on here, that there's someone that you may need to step back from, that they've been overstepping their boundaries. And it's just like you just don't want to see them suffer anymore. You just don't want to see this continue anymore. And so you keep offering help, you keep offering solutions, but they're not able to grasp onto that. And that's that's okay. You know, when we are ready, we are ready. And I guess I'm just getting the indication that this person that you have been trying to help is not ready. And perhaps they'll need to come to terms with that on their own, in their own time. It looks like you are ready to talk and they are not. And that's okay. You can still share your thoughts and your feelings, and you can do that in your kind and gentle, loving way. But express your feelings honestly and then give them time to process. That is the legacy. You give them time to process, they need time to process. Spirit, messages for the collective of the water signs. And here we start with the Five of Swords. And angry, harsh words. There is someone that is being very abrasive. It's like it's almost like mixing oil and water. It's almost like sandpaper, sandpaper, sandpaper. And the King of Swords, agreements and contracts. Hey, Jenny, as soon as I'm done with the reading, I will open up to questions and I will answer that question for you, Jenny, followed by the Hermit card. And so the Hermit card represents the zodiac sign of Virgo. Let me just double check that. Yes, Virgo, perhaps you are dealing or reaching a contract or having a disagreement with a Virgo or someone that is taking on Virgo characteristics. But the Hermit card is you're dealing with someone that is stuck in their ways. And I love that you are given the Ace of Wands, which is the gift of strength. So you have the gift of wisdom and you have the strength that is needed or that is being required of you to see this through and to see this through to see this through in a way that's going to result in blessings. Not only blessings for you, but blessings for others. And why I say blessings is when we see an ace, it is a gift, and it is a gift of blessings. And that blessings is coming through your strength. But when we look at these little leaves here, they're actually yods. And yods is the first letter, the first Hebrew letter for the word God, a yod. And each one of these yods is indicating blessings. Blessings not only for you, but blessings for those that you are meant or wanting to protect. You are meant or wanting to protect someone from someone that is abrasive, and it needs to be done legally because they cannot or are unwilling to change. But you have the strength, you have the gift to protect yourself and protect others from this person. You know, when we are being put to the test, it's difficult to find our center. Our center is where we are at peace. And it is when we find our center and are at peace that the answers come. The best way to find our center is through meditation. If you already practice meditation, please keep up with your meditation. Spirit does speak to each and every one of us through that meditation. If you do not meditate, please try to add maybe a 5 or 10 minute meditative practice to your daily routine, as the answers are going to be there. Thank you. And so, Jenny, thank you for being patient and holding out. So, hello. And your question is, will Dean try to come back? He's a Virgo. And so, magically enough, Jenny, I think right after you posted that question and we got to final messages from Spirit, I think that message was there for you. Um, if that message resonated where maybe Dean is abrasive and stuck in his ways, and that you're going to have to take some kind of legal action to protect yourself and to protect others, if that did not answer your question, please restate that in the comment box and I will be more than happy to draw a card for you. Hey, Elia. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome to Remedies, Alchemy, and Tarot. And not quite voodoo. Voodoo is more in the deep south. So thank you okay. And you are Gemini. And, coincidentally enough, I don't know when in the reading you tuned in, but after this reading is done, do go and watch it after it loads, because this does represent the zodiac sign of Gemini. And so I have a feeling that probably this entire reading will probably resonate for you. Thank you. Thank you, Ahaya, Ahaya. Oh, I tell you, my tongue is very English. It does not do a lot of the things that I would like them. Yes, I can draw a card for you on that, but I will say everybody gets their karma. What comes around goes around. And the wonderful thing about karma, it pops up on us when we least expect it. I am a firm believer that the energy we create is the energy that the universe, that God, that source, that spirit reflects back to us. We create our own reality. And if we believe that we need to, yes, there you go. Yes, that is karma. That is karma. She may be thinking that she is in a bubble. She may be thinking that she is uh, being protective. And I think what is she is thinking that her walls are up and that she's so ready for whatever is coming at her next. But karma doesn't work that way. Karma does not work that way. She may think she's gotten away with it, but karma doesn't work that way. Okay. Yes. And, you know, Janny, that I'm so sorry that you're experiencing that. I'm so sorry that you're experiencing that. When we experience love that is that devastating to us, that it shifts, it changes our form of reality. Sometimes the best thing that we can do for ourselves is totally cut ties with that person. It's just like anytime that we see that person, or anytime that that person comes back into our lives, it just brings us back into that energy. It just brings us back into that energy. No, the size of a crystal does not matter. What I will say is that you do want to clean and charge your crystals. Many times with my crystals, I will cleanse them in salt water, and you can just use moon water if you have moon water, or tap water. And it's important that you use kosher, non iodized salt, that you use a natural salt, and use that to soak and cleanse your crystals, and then charge them in the full moon. Although I don't always recommend that you charge your crystals during eclipse, because the eclipse really does mess with the energies. And so you do want to charge your crystals on a windowsill, or I like to put mine out on the deck. And I usually like to make moon water too. So I'll put my water in a mason jar, and sometimes I'll put my crystals in there, or sometimes I'll put my crystals on top of the mason jar. Mhm. Yes. And so, yeah, so I, sorry about it. So with anything, whether it's crystals, whether it's saging, whether it's the singing bowls, whether it's the ringing of the bells, it's just like with any prayer. You know, you have your prayer beads, with your meditation. It's all about setting your intention. It's really about setting your intention. And when you set your intention, just like with this amethyst, is when we set our intention, is really we're putting our energy into that. And when we put it out in the moonlight, it's the universe, the moon, putting energy into that. And that energy is our intention. And it's just like with meditation, or even with prayer. Prayer and meditation go hand in hand, where the prayer is the petition is the intention, and then the meditation is the listening for the answer. Why would a cheater come back into our lives? Those darn cheaters. I guess I'm under a firm belief that once a cheater, always a cheater. And that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to cheat in their next relationship. That just means that they will cheat in their relationship with me if they've already cheated, because precedence has already been set. It's like that cycle has already been set. And once a cycle in a relationship like that has been set, it is very difficult to break that cycle. And so many times a cheater will want to come back thinking that they want you to help them break that cycle of cheating, where no, their next person is going to have to help them break through that cycle of cheating. And I would even say that next person is not going to be able to help them break through that cycle of cheating. To break that cycle of cheating needs to come from within ourselves. Okay, let me pull a card for you, Jenny. And Jenny, I don't know why you would want him to come back. Will he come back? 7 years is a long time, but really, in the grand scheme of things, in how long you are on this planet, and all of the wonderful things that you're going to experience, and all the wonderful things that you're going to learn, 7 years isn't that long. That is your card. No, he's not going to come back. The ties, the chains have been broken. And why I say the chains have been broken, if we look at the devil card, we can see that these two people are chained. These two people are tied, and they're really loose around their necks, but they choose not to. But with this card in reverse, the chains have been broken. The chains are broken. The chains have been broken. So that was kind of a strange answer. Um, Janley, did you do, or did someone do a tie breaking ceremony? There's different tie breaking ceremonies that you can perform. Or did someone do a tie breaking ceremony or a separation ceremony? Sometimes, like if we tear pictures, or if we write a letter or tear a letter, or even sometimes if we're in the shower and the shower is running over us, and we think or we say that this is it, this is over, I want absolutely nothing to have to do with this person again. This person is not in my life. Any soul ties that I have with this person are broken. That could be considered a tie breaking, a breaking ceremony. But the chains have been broken. Whatever it is that was tying you together was broken somehow. Did anyone else have any questions that they would like me to answer before I end this reading? Yeah. And so, yeah, yes. Yes, and so it looks like he's got the message. Well, I think definitely the universe has gotten the message. And, Jenny, if all of those things are true, you don't want them back in your life. If he was a player and narcissistic, especially ending a relationship with a narcissist is very difficult, and they leave a lot of damage in their wake. They leave a lot of damage in their wake, and um, that is a very painful relationship to heal from. That is a very painful relationship to heal from, which is why we get that abrasive, like sandpaper. He was like sandpaper in your life. That's why I kept getting sandpaper. He was like sandpaper in your life. Nobody deserves that. And it's not until we put the past behind us that our true love, our true life's partner can come in. When we are ready, our true life's partner will come into our lives. And it is up to us to align with our soul's purpose, align with our life's purpose. Oh my gosh. Jenny, you might want to watch your weekly reading. And I think your pre recorded weekly reading is coming up. I don't know if it's on Sunday or if it's on Tuesday. But on Sunday or Monday, when your zodiac sign reading comes up for the week, do watch that, because in that reading, soul's purpose, life purpose did come up for you. Who is coming into my life, ex or next? Well, I would say, Asha, that's up to you. That's up to you. That's many people have a hard time grasping the thought that, look at that, that love is a choice. Just because we have loving feelings or fond feelings, or even if we are attracted to someone, that does not mean that we have to act on that. That does not mean we have to act on that. That is why love is a choice. When we love someone, we have the choice of whether to act on those feelings or not. And it is like I have told all of my exes, I can love you at a distance. I'm always going to love you, but I choose to love you at a distance. Because anytime that I'm close or anytime that we are together, it's just not good. But I do see, Ashla, it looks like your next relationship is going to be a healing relationship. The next relationship that is coming into your life is meant to help you heal from your past relationship. Thank you, and you have a blessed evening.